From blueprints to bliss, let's get popping on Plan Co Playbook. Warning, this video may cause uncontrollable urges to build parks. Well, today, folks, we're building a Gelato Bros ice cream shop here, Italian ice cream shop, and we're going to get really colorful. This will work great in your Main Street park areas, or maybe in an Italian themed area, maybe other areas that you would like, your fantasy area, whatever works best for you. And as you can see, we're going to add a lot of color. We're starting right at the beginning here. And I did go through a few different designs here that I wanted to do. As you'll see, I'll make some changes here and there. And as usual, I always add in the characters for scale. I put in the stone characters, and I think I might have made this building a little bit bigger than I wanted to. But as you'll see, it ends up looking pretty good in the end here once I get everything scaled the way I wanted it. So we're going to add a few things, take a few things out, put a few things back, and just kind of make it look better as we go along here. And I decided to go with like a contrasting theme of pink and green and yellow. So you're going to see a lot of pink, green, and yellow in this design here, making sure to use pieces that I thought fit the theme really well for a Main Street building, or, you know, again, an Italian area, whatever you wanted to build. You know, you could do like a World's Fair type thing, or maybe like an Epcot type theme from Disney. And so you'll see some design changes here as we go, and you'll see some different things that I'll do here as I'm designing this. So one of the things I like to do is not just use things that are specific to Main Street, but I'll take different things. Like here, you'll see I'm using pieces from the mythology theme, and I'm turning them into things that'll fit on a Main Street building or an Italian building. So I'm using some of the marble here and looking through and finding different things that I can use from the mythology theme to give it that older look. And by the way, those frames that you're seeing that I'm putting on the windows, those are available on my workshop. You can get those. There's a link in the description below to this building, and from there you can get to my workshop on the Frontier workshop and get any of these buildings and other designs that you'll see me putting together here. I do have a few other buildings. You might see them in the background as I'm building this. One of them is my Main Street Latte Love building. Right there, you can kind of see it in the background there on the left side of the screen. And that is also available on the Frontier Workshop, along with a few other things that I've already uploaded. That Latte Love building, by the way, has got something like 360 downloads or something like that already. So it's pretty popular right now. You may want to go get that and use it in your own Main Street area of your parks. And by the way, I am going to be building some more of these here and posting them here on my channel. And I'll, of course, want to build a complete park. So if you have any ideas that you would like to see me build, if you would like anything built that you can use in your own parks, put those ideas down below. If you're not that great at building, that's okay. I can build something for you, and then you can take it, use it as is, or you can expand on it, make it better, make it your own, you know, redesign some things, add some of your own little accents and decor to it, and just make it whatever you want it to be. Feel free to use these things any way you want in your parks. So again, if you have any ideas for theming, any buildings you would like to see built, rides, different things like that, coasters, you know, dark rides, things like that, I'll be building all those things on this channel, and so we'll be able to get those put out for you. So you can see here, I always like to add a lot of texture to my buildings, and I'm actually going to start building a little more in depth, where the windows come out more like bay windows and things like that in future buildings. I've been working on more of these flat designs recently, and now I want to start building a little more with texture in the buildings, with shape and different things that kind of stick out, not just, you know, things that are like kind of flat. Like this building, you can see is kind of flat in the front. I am doing different designs on those coming up soon. You'll see those on my channel. There'll be some buildings that have that. So here you can see I'm putting on the roof trim and just kind of making it fit. And I didn't like the way it looked, so you can see I'm making some adjustments there, and it looks a lot more even now. Buildings in theme parks tend to have a lot of design to them, a lot of texture, a lot of shape, and a lot of trim along the rooftops and walls. So you'll see I add a lot of that to my buildings You'll especially see that in the Latte Love building. There's a lot of stuff I add to that. And every one of my designs, I always add lighting for you. So you'll always have those nighttime lights, and they're of course editable, adjustable, changeable if you'd like to change them. I tend to stay away from area lights or lights that fill a huge area. For those of you who go to a lot of theme parks, especially Disney theme parks, which are my favorite, I've studied the theme parks for quite some time, been to the Disney parks many, many, many times throughout my life. And so I like to use lighting and design that I've seen in the parks myself. And so you'll notice that the lighting that I use in my parks and in my buildings that you'll get with these downloads is a little more subtle, not super bright. I don't light up huge areas with lights. I tend to make it more atmospheric, more Disney-like. And so if you really like that realism and lighting that looks like it actually belongs in a theme park, these will be the ones for you. But if you do happen to like those brighter lights and all of that, you can always adjust these or add more lighting or whatever you want to do. On this one, I did add some indoor lighting to it. So there is some indoor lighting. I didn't use the countertops on this one. I did use a shop, as you can see, one of the shop things. I was going to put it in the front door and decided that didn't look right. I wanted to put it inside. So you'll be able to put seats and tables, pathways, whatever you want to do. You can always take this part out as well and change it up and make it your own. Put in a countertop, or now that restaurants are a thing in the game, you can always remove that and just make it a restaurant in there. Make it a little ice cream shop, Italian ice shop, and make it your own. And so again, don't feel bad about changing my designs. Make it what you want it to be. This is all about building your park the way you want it. I know that's what I do when I build my parks. I just kind of think about, how do I want it to look in my park? Park design is more than just throwing a bunch of things together. It's about, making things look, in a way that you would want to see if you were going to a theme park. Here you can see I'm putting in marble floors, and I'm kind of making sure that the flooring is in there for you. So when you go to place your tables and chairs, you don't have to deal with putting in flooring. Some of the ideas that I do have coming up here are building some things like ticket booths. I'm going to do a lot with the Western theme. Now that the Western theme is here, you'll see a lot of Western stuff coming up. So if you love Western, get ready, because I've got a lot of that coming up. I'm going to do some aquatic themes. I'll do a little bit of plazas and paths for you and show you how to edit those and make them look nice, make them more realistic. How to do some terraforming and making, the land look less flat. I know a lot of theme parks built in Planet Coaster are flat, and a lot of people have trouble with terraforming. So I may even do a park where it's just terraforming and, lakes and rivers and things, and then you can place your park on those things and build your paths along that terraformed area. So I'll get into that. Some of the things that make a park look great are, sight lines, landscape, terrain, the way the walkways move and intertwine and go up and over each other, and bridges and things like that. So we'll get into that when we start building a full park, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And the park itself, of course, will be downloadable. So you'll be able to find that on my workshop as well once we start building it and get it put together. And again, the ideas that you have would be great. I would really like to hear what ideas you have for a park, theming and different lands, rides, different things, and we can put those together for sure. I'll also go over how to do realistic water features and realistic buildings. These are more of like the square building, like I said, kind of flat, kind of boring, but once we get to where I'm designing a little more with shape and making things look less flat, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as making them look more realistic. Rocks, using those for realism, and now that we have rocks that are colorable in the game, we'll be doing some of that too, and recoloring some rocks to give them more realistic colors. We're going to go over like theming and transitions, like how you get from, say, an adventure area to a frontier area, and from a frontier area to a sci-fi area, now that we have sci-fi in the game again as well. So we'll show you how how to transition those areas so that you're not having this jarring transition between one area of your park and another. How to use color and color theory, why certain colors go together. Why does pink and green and yellow work so well together? Why do red and green work together well? Why do orange and blue work together well? Or yellow and purple seem to work together well? We'll go over some of that and how to use color in your parks and make things look a little brighter, more colorful, and a little bit better for you. Here you can see I'm using some lighting on the inside, very subtle. And again, you can change these, make them what you want. And I tend to use a lot of warm light. Warm light meaning, orange, yellows, soft reds and things like that. And you'll see once the restaurant is lit up and I've got some lighting up here in the ceiling, you'll see how it works together to make a warm, inviting restaurant or shop here that you can use in your parks. We'll talk about other things too, like creating reveals, like when you turn a corner down a path and you see what's ahead of you, or you walk through a tunnel or a transition between one area of the park and another, how to reveal something. And that really makes your parks much more realistic, like real Disney theme parks. We can also do a build together, like a co-op. If you see a park that I'm building and you would like to be part of that, show me some of your work. And if it looks like we can work together, we'll do that. We'll do some park management together and build together. We may even do a project where we can build an entire theme park with multiple people and, do a park like that. We'll talk about scaling and forced perspective and how you can make your buildings look big without them being big. That way they have that real Disney theme park feel. Like when you go down Main Street in Disney parks, you'll notice that the buildings look full size, but if you really look at them closely, you'll see that the bottom floor is at full scale, the second floor of a building is slightly smaller, and the third floor of a building is even smaller than that as far as windows and trim and different things. And that's what gives theme parks that magical feel. And so that's what I'm going to teach you later in future videos, is how to use scaling and forced perspective. How you can create dual themed buildings where one part of the building is one theme, the other side or back of the building is another theme, so that you can blend areas together and create those transitions between themed areas like I was talking about earlier. We'll talk about dual station coasters, because now you can do 2 stations in a coaster, a load area and an unload area. And we'll talk about block sections and how to use those in your coasters to be able to use multiple vehicles, trains on your coasters. And if you like Western coasters, those mine train coasters, that's coming up pretty soon. I really get into mine train coasters. I don't know why, it's just one of my favorite ones to design. And so I'll have one of those built on this channel soon. You'll get the video for it, of course. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can see it when it comes up. And on my channel, there's also a playlist of these Build With Me videos where you can watch all of my videos all in one sitting if you'd like. Right here, you're going to see me finish up the building here, put some lighting on it, and you'll see it at nighttime and at daytime. The video will slow down at the end so you can really take a good look at it. And you can get this downloaded to your park. So for now, as I finish up this building, I just want to remind you, build bigger, build bolder, and may your dreams become your reality. We'll see you in the next episode of Plan Co Playbook.